Hello, my name is Samantha and welcome back to my channel, and today I would like to share a tutorial. Now the tutorial was something that I actually, it was just a picture that I posted recently on Instagram, and I really had a lot of good feedback, positive feedback, and yeah, there was some feedback that requested that I recreate this look on camera. So I have re-familiarised myself with what I did, because I'm now a few days on from that look and I've had to look at that Instagram picture to see what I did. Now I knew the lipstick that I was wearing, but I couldn't actually, like I say, I had to remember exactly what I did. Now the palette that I used was this, and it is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD palette, Eyes and Contour. This is, and I really love it because it's that glossy finish, and I really love this because inside you get so much. Now I have used a number of these shades, but in this look I was actually wearing exactly the same dress as this but black, which I really love, and obviously I wanted to wear the pinky peach colour just to show you that obviously it's different. So I'm wearing this dress today, and if you are actually interested in this dress, it's £8 from Primark. I did share it in a recent Primark haul with you. It is so warm in the UK at the moment, although it has cooled down today, thankfully. But this dress, or these dresses, have actually been invaluable to me because it's something, it's like a t-shirt straight all the way down. It feels cotton, it feels really gorgeous, and yeah, it's been really nice just to pop this dress on and that's it. It's just been too warm for trousers or anything like that. So like I say, if you're interested in these, and they're absolutely stunning, I really love the tie effect on the sleeve. So if you are interested in these, they are still in my local Primark in Norwich, and there's black or this peachy pink that I purchased anyway, and I don't know if there's any other colours. So I just wanted to mention that because I've been loving this dress so much. So what I'm going to do, I'll have to point out the shades that I used if you've got this palette, because it doesn't have any shade names. Obviously I wouldn't expect much more to be able to fit into this palette. I'll just share it with you again. There are so many eyeshadows. You get contour shades, you get a banana shade, you get a couple of powders there, you know, obviously to matte down under the eyes if that's what you want to do with those, and also you get a highlight as well. Now these are incredibly pigmented, and I did actually share them share this palette in a recent My Top 5 series, and this was one of the palettes that I absolutely love. And I don't know if they've changed the formulation because and used the no talc formulation in this, because these are extremely pigmented. In fact, when I first tried this out on camera and did a makeup look, I used the contour shade, the lightest one, and you really do need a light hand with those because these are incredibly pigmented. So do bear that in mind when you use this palette for the first time. So the first shade, and obviously I've done one eye look there, so that number one, I know exactly what I did, and it just helps me to just do the one eye. So what I'm going to do is start off, and the palette is the correct way up, and I'm going to start off with this shade in the middle. It's the second one down, that one there, and it is a gorgeous brown tone. And as usual, I'm going to get my gorgeous Primark brush, which I absolutely love these, and I'm just going to dip that in gently. Now I have mentioned this before, because this, and I do believe it's the new formula, but I haven't had that confirmed, so I can't, you know, specifically confirm that for you. But what I will say about this and the new amplified palettes is that when you dip your brush in, there is a slight, not overtly, but slight, you know, when you put your brush in, there's a little bit of powder. Now I don't mind that because I'm using it for the next time. So for example, if I was doing that eye and there's a tiny bit of powder, I would then go into that powder, not swirl my brush around so much and then use that excess powder. But what I will say is that they are so pigmented that, to be honest, you know, it doesn't bother me at all. It's not too much of a kick up, but you know, I just wanted to mention that because it is such a good formulation. So I've now added that to my lovely Primark brush, and I've got a mirror here, so if I look down, that's why. And I'm just going to put this shade in the crease and above, and I'm putting the brush that way down on the eye because this brush works so well. So I'm just going from left to right, just keep moving that product, blending that product in, and I'm just going to do that a little bit more. Less is more with this palette because it is so pigmented. So I'm just going to do that again. And there we have it. So we've got the first colour laid down. Now what I'm going to do is swap to another of these brushes. So this is again exactly the same brush, but it is a, well, it was a clean one before I did this eye. And I'm now going to go into, and again it's the bottom side of the palette, and I'm going into this one. Again, it's the second pan down. So I'm just going to, and this time I'm going to dip the brush in on the tip, and I'm being really, really careful with this colour because it is an extremely deep shade and it's like a black brown. So now what we want to do is create some depth in that outer corner there. So I'm just going to very, very gently just add that colour using just the tip of that brush, very, very gently, and just take that up a little bit like that. And I'm just going to dip it in a little bit more. You only need a really, really tiny bit of that on the brush to create a deep shade because they are so pigmented. So I'm just going along the outer third of the eyelid and up into the crease and taking that out in that outer V as well. So now you can see it has created depth. Now obviously I'm going to add a little bit more to make sure that it matches that side, and again it is just a tiny, tiny little bit that you need. I'm just going to take that up a little bit now. Perfect. And just keep blend, blend, blend. Like that. I don't know what Makeup Revolution has changed with their formulation apart from the no talc, but they are really well, the formulation, the recent palettes, the 7 amplified palettes, and this one, just phenomenal. Now I'm just going under the eye now, and I'm using this brush also from Primark. This is the PS Pro shading eye brush. Now the first one is £1 and this one is £2 because it's from their Pro collection. And I'm just going to dip into that first colour that I laid down first, and I'm just going all the way under the eye, all the way across. A little bit more, just connecting it with that V. It was a very, very simple look that I created, but because it's only using 3 shadows, but because these are so pigmented and so amazing, it really does, well, all of these create such amazing looks. I'm just going to dip into that second shade now, just a tiny, tiny amount, just on the, I don't know if you can see that, but it is a tiny amount there on the actual tip of this, and I'm just going to blend that into the outer half right under the eyelash line, or the lash line. And like I say, I have said this actually before, numerous times actually, that in other videos, because I was after one of these brushes for so long, and I'm really absolutely thrilled that I found this, because it is so good for this intricate work. So that's all done. So I'm doing the eyes first, and then what I'm going to do is I've got other products to add as well, but I really wanted to lay down this eye look first. So that's the eye done. Yep, that's done. Now I'm going into the shimmer shade. So this shimmer shade that I used, now usually I'm really drawn to this peach shade here, but when I created this look, I thought I've got to move away from that peach because it's just such a stunning colour, and instead I went for this icy pink shade here. So that one is the fourth one down, again on the bottom part of the palette. And for this, I use this. Now I usually actually use this to carve out my brows, because I'm quite, when I put my brows on, they are very uneven. I've got hardly any brows, and I find it incredibly difficult, and it does take me a long while to match up my brows, and that's why I'm actually putting off a tutorial, because it will probably take me absolutely ages. But anyway, this is the brush, and it is the Wilko brush, and this is 95p from Wilko. I do have about 4 or 5 of these, and I love them. And all I did with that, and you could put, you know, like Fix Plus or whatever you wanted on the brush if you wanted it more intense, but I've just dipped that brush into that product, and I'm just filling in the lid. Now this is another thing that I wanted to mention, and again I've said it before in other tutorials, since I have this palette, or since I've had this palette and the amplified palettes, these eyeshadows go on so well with brushes, and I've not found that before. I mean, they go on well with the finger as well, and you know, I do swap from one to the other, but they really do go on incredibly well. They are so soft, so creamy, and yeah, I absolutely love them. So that's the beautiful, in fact it's very similar to the colour of the dress. Then I'm just going to add a little bit more and then pop that underneath and all around the inner corner. A little bit more. I really find that that technique really opens and brightens my eye. Now I'm going into that first, that camel brown colour, just adding a little bit more to the brush, and I'm just going underneath that with that colour, not over the top but just underneath. So then I'm going to get my Nip and Fab mascara in the shade Black. This is £9.95 from Superdrug, either superdrug.com or Superdrug stores that stock Nip and Fab. And I must admit, the longer I use this, the more I like it. It has dried out a little bit, which is good, because I really do not like a watery formulation, and this is exactly what this was to start with. It was incredibly liquidy, and to be honest, I thought to myself, how am I going to get on with this? But actually, because it's dried out a little bit over time, it works really well. So that's the eye look done. So I'm just going to move that palette. Now I'm going to just do the contouring and the or the bronzing and the contouring and adding the blush. So this time I'm going to use this, and it is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Powder Contour, and I'm going to start off with this pan here. And the brush that I'm using is also another brush from Wilko, and it's this one, and I believe I've had this for some time. I think this was £4, although to be honest, I picked it up for £4, and then when I went back to Wilko, they'd actually put the price up to £5. So it may be 4, it may be 5, depends on if they've put the price up. So I'm just going to bronze my forehead. And then I'm going just round my face as I always do. And then I'm going to just add that on my cheeks just to warm my face up. I really actually loved that look that I created because it was so soft. It was just really, really gorgeous. I loved it, and I'm really pleased that you loved it too. So there we have the bronzer. It's warmed my face up a little bit. Now we're going in with the contour shade, and this one is this one here. And I'm going to use the same brush all the way through these three products. And I must admit that I have now begun to really love this for contouring. The straight edge on it is fantastic. So I'm just going to dip the straight edge into that, and I'm just going to run that like that, so you can see the straight edge that it has created. And then I'm just going to turn the brush over and then just buff that out a little bit, and then just put that on the flat of the brush, little bit of product, and take that a little bit higher just to blend that up, because obviously I'm creating a soft look, not too harsh. So again, I'm going to do that with the other side. And then again on the flat, just to blend it all out and blend it up a little bit. Like that. And I'm just going to go back into the bronzer, make sure that everything is blended, because that's what we want. We want a really blended, gorgeous look. So that's the bronzer, and that is the contour done. The blush, now I think it was this, I haven't noted it anywhere, and I think it was this, but this is one of my favourites, and it is the Milani powder blush in Romantic Rose 01, and this is just stunning. So it looks like that. So I'm just going to dip the same brush into that, just tap that off. Where can I tap it? There we go. And I'm just going to put that on. In fact, I'm going to blend it out on my hand a little bit. I want it quite soft. So I'm just going to put this on the cheek area now. And then on the other side. Like that. So that's now the blush and added. Now we move on to the highlight, and thankfully I made a note of this, and it is the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick Radiant. Now I always go into the middle because I don't want it too light and I don't want it too deep. So generally I go into the top two, or second and third two I should say. And just put a little bit of product on. Now again, this is extremely pigmented, so I'm just tapping off a little bit of that and just add that on the high points of the cheek. So there's all the face done. Now we just move on to the lips, and I used the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Caramello. I'm really actually thinking of getting the Morphe liquid in Virgin, and I'd really like some feedback on that. They are a little bit pricey, so I'd really be interested in anybody's thoughts on that lipstick. Now these are quite moussey, so, and they have got quite a flat applicator, and I find it very good just to take off a lot of product just to start with to line the lip. So I'm just going to add that now. I love the scent of these. That is such a beautiful colour. If anybody wants a nude shade and it's got a little bit of pink, then I suggest that you get this, because it is just absolutely stunning. Love it. So that is the whole look created. I hope you found that very, very helpful. Also, if you are new to my channel, there is now, my name is at the bottom. You will see it as the bottom right hand. My name is there, and if you just hover over that, it comes up with a square that says subscribe. So if you are interested in subscribing, just click on that, and it's just an easier way for you to subscribe. So it just says my name, Samantha, at the bottom on the right hand corner. It is quite small, but obviously I don't want anything too big to take over the screen. So yeah, if you are new to my channel, obviously do have a look at that, and if you do want to subscribe to watch further videos, then do select that. If you did enjoy that and you want to support me and you found it helpful, then I would be really grateful if you did give me a thumbs up, just to show your support. And like I say, do subscribe to watch further videos. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, thank you. Bye.